Hi, my name is Brian Samukian. I'm a data analyst at TalentPath. Welcome to my end of the week presentation. Now, I just like to let you know right off the bat, this presentation is mainly focusing on the process involved in generating this report and cleaning the data, the things I had to do on the back end of my work. The final report that I've typed up for you is where most of my findings will be and most of my in-depth analysis of each individual graph that I generated in this report. So to start things off, I'd like to talk about the data set that I was given. The data set contains over 500,000 transactions and over 3,500 unique item IDs. So the issue with the data set was two things. The first was we needed to only use the UK portion of the data, but that was fairly easy. The UK portion was labeled, so I filtered out anything that didn't have UK in the name. Now, the second and really pressing issue was that I was also assigned to generate categories for each individual item. And the problem was, I wasn't told what categories to come up with, how many categories to come up with, nothing, just come up with categories. So my first thought was the best way to do this is to create a machine learning algorithm that can do this quickly and efficiently for me, that may make smarter decisions than I could make when coming up with the categories. And what I found is that the item descriptions were simply too short to feed to a machine learning algorithm. Since I didn't have any trained data to train an algorithm on, I had to attempt unsupervised machine learning algorithms to try and categorize this data. And all I found was that it was arbitrarily putting things in groups together that just didn't belong together. I mean, it was putting bags together with water bottles. There were occasions where I saw a backpack in one category, a purse in a different category, and a handbag in another category. And obviously, all those three things seem close enough to put together, but the machine doesn't understand that, so it wasn't doing that. So I took it upon myself after realizing, after a few hours of attempts, that it just didn't make sense to spend a week trying to get this machine learning algorithm to process this information for me when I could just manually do it myself in less than a day. So I decided to spend the rest of the day manually assigning categories to the data. And that took me roughly, I want to say 9 hours to do. It wasn't so bad. My process was that I ran a series of if-else statements that basically said, if the item title contains this word, then it will be assigned into this category. So, for an example, if it contains backpack, then it goes into bags and purses. And unfortunately, there were a lot of products that just I didn't really know what they were. There was no it wasn't really descriptive enough to understand. So my solution to that problem was I just Googled it. I went to Amazon and whatever products came up, I would look at the category on Amazon, and that's how I sort of decided how to make that work. And after doing that for those 9 hours, my data set was clean, ready to go, and I made all these graphs that you'll see in the final report. But just to give you a brief overview of the findings of the report. So the first thing is that best time of day to sell, the best time of day to focus on advertising is 12 p.m. noon, 10 a.m., and 3 p.m. Those are best selling times. For days of the week, the best days are Tuesdays and Thursdays by a large margin. The best day of the month is the 7th day of the month. And these are just the top 10 customers and their spending habits. So for our top 10 customers, the bags and purses is the best category to focus on, but also home decor, glassware, dishware. And for the more in-depth findings, in my final report, you'll see that there's recommendations for best day of the week based on category, or best time of the day based on the day of the week. If you have any questions, please contact me on my email, bsamukian@talentpath.com. Thank you so much. Have a great day.